Hi everyone, good morning. I just wanted to clarify something based on the questions I've been receiving. So if you look at the sample code over here, all right, we use port B, okay, for the PCR register settings, and we use PTB, and so on for the actual code to configure the appropriate registers, right? The PDDR, PSOR, PCOR, and so on. Okay, so why are they two different sort of structure pointers here? So for any of this, if you want to know the actual definition, all you need to do is right click, okay, and go to definition here. Okay, so you see port B, the definition for port B is based on a port type structure. So if you go to the definition of port type, you see that this structure is created for the PCR registers plus some other interrupt shaders, flag registers, and so on, okay, which we haven't covered. But what we covered in class is the PCR register, which is basically to control, okay, the pin control settings, all right, and that is to one of the bits in those pin control register, or three of those bits, is to set the mux value. All right, so for using port B structure is for the mux setting. Now for port PTB, PTD, and so on, if I right click and go to definition here, you will see that PTB is GPIO-B. So if I right click, go to GPIO-B, the type is GPIO type. All right, so before I go to the type, I want you to see the address here, GPIO base. This GPIO base is given as, okay, 0x400FF040. Okay, and if you go back to your file, your data sheet, you see that GPIO B starts from this address 400FF040. Okay, so this is the mapping of the registers to the exact address in memory, which is already done in the header file. All right, so we just need to make use of this GPIO base, and if I right click here, the GPIO type, and I go to definition, you see that these are all the registers, the PDOR, PSOR, and so on, which correspond to all the registers starting from that base address. Okay, so when I want to configure the various uh, port registers in terms of data direction, input, output, and setting the pin, clearing the pin, I use PTB. For the PCR register, I use port B, port D. Okay, so I hope this helps to clarify. Okay, so whenever you want to go to any particular register to see the definition, you just right click. Okay, same thing over here. If I want to see what is port PCR mux, I just right click, go to definition here, and then from there I can see the code. This is the code we went through in class. Okay, so I hope this helps you to better understand how to make use of all the definitions and macros that's already built into the header files. Okay, thank you. Bye.